Hello and welcome back, future scientists. I'm Mr. K with Mississippi Public Broadcasting, and today I really just wanted to focus on some review questions for your test coming up. You can kind of think of this like a study guide. So teacher, if you haven't already, go ahead, take a second, pass out this worksheet to everybody. We got maybe 20, 25 questions to do, so go ahead, pass those out. I'm going to go over it with y'all, and make sure to hold on to this because this would be a great study guide that you can use to get ready for your test. Okay, so take a second, pass that out, and when you're ready, come back to me, and we'll go ahead and get the ball rolling on this. All right, so let's go ahead and review these together and see what we remember from this unit. So let's go ahead and get started. Number one says, what chromosome is affected by Down syndrome? So think back to it, Down syndrome, it has another name, it's trisomy something. Well, if you have Down syndrome, you have 3 21st chromosomes, okay? So trisomy 21 and Down syndrome, different names for the same thing. So number two, which would be considered a somatic cell? So remember that somatic cells, somatic is just another word for body. So which of these would be considered a body cell? Well, it's not eggs and it's not sperm, and so that means it's going to be skin cells. Your skin is part of the body, right? It's a somatic cell and it has all 46 chromosomes. Great. So number three, which of the following would be considered a gamete cell? So this is kind of the opposite of the question that we just got. Remember that gamete is just another word for sex cells. So which of these would be considered a sex cell? Okay, well I see sperm and I see egg cells, and so this must be both. Both of these would be considered gametes. Remember, gametes are haploid, and so they only have 23 chromosomes each, which is half of the total that most of your cells have. All right, let's keep it going. So here we got 4, 5, and 6. Number 4 says, in humans, mitosis produces blank chromosomes and blank chromosomes after meiosis. Okay, so how many chromosomes are we making in mitosis and meiosis? That's what this is asking. Well, mitosis makes 46 chromosomes and meiosis halves it to 23. So we should do 46 and 23, 46 for mitosis and 23 for meiosis. Okay, great work. Let's keep it going. 5. What would indicate a normal human female? Okay, so think back to there's these things called sex chromosomes, and they determine what your sex is. Most people have 2 sex chromosomes, and what combination makes a woman? Well, remember that normal females have XX, okay? The little way I like to remember this is by saying if you have a Y, you're a guy. So this would be male, this one would be male with a chromosomal abnormality, and C would also be female with a chromosomal abnormality, but a normal human female is XX. Okay, let's keep it going. Number 6, a diploid cell of a normal male human contains what? Okay, so let's look at these and see. Okay, well, we're going to have 22 pairs of autosomes or body cells, and then what combination of sex chromosomes should we have? Okay, so I see 22 autosomes, 1 X and 1 Y. So this is the combination that would make a male. Males have an X and a Y chromosome for their sex cells, and then 22 pairs of body cells, and another word for body cells are autosomes. Okay? So let's go to 7. 7 says, a person with Turner syndrome has only 1 X chromosome. This means one of their gametes was missing a chromosome. Which of the following is why gametes sometimes lack a complete chromosome? So this is a really important term I want us to know. It's called nondisjunction. When we do meiosis, there's 2 times that we do cell division. Sometimes that cellular division and those chromosomes don't separate properly. When they don't separate properly, that's known as nondisjunction, and that makes our gametes not have the correct number of chromosomes. They might have too many or not enough. And so that's called nondisjunction, and that might lead to a person having Turner syndrome. Okay? So let's do 8 and 9 real quick. This says, 8 says, which of the following can a karyotype not tell you? So first of all, let's remember a karyotype is a picture of chromosomes. You can tell things like the gender, how many chromosomes there are, if there's any chromosomal abnormalities. So what can a karyotype not tell you? A karyotype cannot tell you if someone has red hair. Okay? You would have to look down at the gene level and not just the chromosomal level. Okay, so you can't figure out what color someone's hair is by looking at their karyotype. Okay, let's look at 9. 9 says meiosis goes through what? Okay, meiosis goes through blank. Okay, does it go through nondisjunction twice, PMAT 4 times, PMAT twice, or nondisjunction 4 times? Meiosis goes through PMAT twice. Remember, we got meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, and for each of those phases we do PMAT. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and then we do it again in meiosis 2. Great, all right, so these last couple of questions are a little different. What's going on here is I'm showing you a karyotype, and then I have some questions to go along with it. Okay, so let's see what we remember about these karyotypes. All right, so A says, what is the gender of this individual? All right, well, when we want to know the gender, we always look at the last set of chromosomes. This says XY. If the sex chromosomes are XY, what's the gender? This is going to be male. Okay, if you have a Y, you're a guy. All right, letter B here says, is this from a body cell or a sex cell? Well, remember, body cells have 46 chromosomes and sex cells have 23 chromosomes. If I counted all these up, I would see 46 chromosomes. So it must be from a body cell. Okay, let's go to letter C. Are there any chromosomal abnormalities? Let me take a quick look over this. I'm not seeing any, so I'm going to put no. Okay? Normally you would see an extra chromosome somewhere or a missing chromosome somewhere, but this one looks like it has the full 46, so they're all good to go. Okay? This says, what is the diploid number of chromosomes? Well, the diploid number is 46. This is a human, and our diploid cells have 46 chromosomes. What is the haploid number? Haploid just means half of the body cells, and so this would be 23. Okay? Great work. I got a couple more of these, so let's see what y'all remember. All right, 11, same thing. I got a karyotype and some questions to go along with it. So letter F here says, what is the gender of this individual? Okay, so I'm looking at the sex chromosomes down here. I see a Y. If I see a Y, that means it's a guy. Okay, so guy. Sorry, I'll put male. That's more accurate. So this is a male. Okay. G says, is this from a body cell or sex cell? So again, we want to count them up. If we see 23 chromosomes, that means it's from a sex cell. If we see 46, it's from a body cell. This one actually has 47, and so this is going to be from a body cell. It's diploid. All right, are there any chromosomal abnormalities? Yes. Where? It's at the sex cells, or number 23. And then it says, what is the name of this disorder? So XYY, this is when there's the extra male chromosome, and so this is known as Jacob's syndrome. Okay? Again, I remember this by thinking they've got an extra male chromosome. Sometimes they're like very masculine. Their body's making more testosterone. They can be impulsive and violent. Those are sometimes like male characteristics. So, and I just think Jacob is a male's name. So that's kind of how I remember it. They're like extra male. Okay? Let's keep it going. 12. Same thing. We're looking at the karyotype, answering some questions. K says, what is the gender of this individual? Well, here are the sex chromosomes. I do see a Y, so this is a male. Okay? Is this from a body or sex cell? This is from a body cell. Again, if you see 46 or more, it's a body cell. Are there any chromosomal abnormalities? Yes, there are. Where is it? It's 23 at the sex cells again. This one is kind of different. The last one we had XYY. This one is XXY. So this one has a different name. This is known as Klinefelter syndrome. Okay? Klinefelter syndrome. These individuals, they're male, they do have a Y chromosome, but because they have the extra X, it's almost the opposite of Jacob's syndrome. They make less testosterone. They don't have as much hair. They don't grow as tall. So they're missing some male characteristics. And that one's called Klinefelters. Okay, this is the last one. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Okay, 13, this is letter P. It says, what is the gender of this individual? Okay, so this one's kind of tricky. This one's like, it's a weird mirror image. Sorry about that. So here are the sex chromosomes actually. This one says XX or XY, so we can put either here. This is just an example. The XX would be female and the XY would be the male there. Okay. Q says, is this from a body or sex cell? This is from a body cell. Again, it's diploid, so it's got the 46 chromosomes. R says, are there any chromosomal abnormalities? Yes, there are. You kind of need to look carefully for it. It says, where is the chromosomal abnormality? It's at 21, okay? And what's the name of that? Well, that's called Down syndrome, or sometimes you'll see it called trisomy 21, okay? So y'all, I just wanted to go over those disorders and the karyotypes again. You'll probably see some of these karyotypes and you'll have to do what we were just doing. So make sure to keep up with that. It's going to be a great review when you're getting ready for your test. Make sure to give your teachers other assignments your best effort, and I hope everybody has a great day.